Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the freaking internet. This is Fat Walking Night, as always, coming to you from a jumbled up mess of an episode, as we always tend to do. I don't know where it's going or how it will go or any of those factors, but I do know the very first thing we're going to get into here is a little bit of a freaking mud time lapse. And by that, I mean I'm collecting mud. Sit back and enjoy, and we'll be back in just a hot second. And we're freaking back. As you can see in that little lapse in judgment, that little time lapse, I should say, we spent about an hour. You can't really tell from the footage, but we spent about a freaking hour over in the mangrove swamp collecting a plethora of mud because we are going to need it for many things here in the future. It's important that we get as much of it as we can, even though we can go back there whenever we want. It's very important that we do that because we're going to need mud for a lot of different things. And you won't see yet, but very, very soon you're going to understand why we need so much mud. I know what you're saying. But Viking, I thought there was just mud for the path. No, no, you silly goose, you. No, no, no. There will be much, much more mud very soon in your future, right for your face. Oh, it's gonna be freaking magical, beautiful, and wonderful. Oh, yeah. We didn't cut back soon enough, and that's a-okay. We're building a little bit of a red tree here amidst our forest. For some reason, I just feel it is in a very good interest of me and everyone else who is watching that we kind of mix up the trees. The dominant type of trees in this forest are, of course, the jungle quote-unquote spruce trees. That's kind of what they are. Not really, but kind of what they are. Then I like to do some of these red ones in here as well, just to kind of mix up some of the nature that we got. And we're also, I think, going to do some spruce and maybe some non-stripped dark oak logs as well, just to really give this forest some kind of really nice variety, because I think that will really help. So we're doing our standard tree where we do the zigzags on all of our frickin' fencing, and then we go back and we put all of our leafage on that, making it come down in a whimsical-like way. Then if we are feeling up to it, we add the tangled roots, or whatever the hell they're called. The things that the mangrove roots, that's what they are. We use those to create shadows as well as dead bushes or dead leaves within the tree, because I don't believe that the entire tree should be living. If you have a forest, there's gonna be some dead trees. Maybe not in all of them, but I do think somewhere in this forest there should be an entire one that is all the roots. Those would be really cool. We'll make it happen. I think that's the point here. We'll make it happen. But I do intend to do a lot of different trees here, since this is kind of like a Technicolor forest in our, I think I named it a rolling hills biome. It is a weird biome. I haven't quite set out what exactly the parameters are for it yet. I just have been adding on as I feel like it, and I think it makes it look pretty good, honestly. It's a lot of leaf placage, a lot of rocks, a lot of moss, a lot of vines, a lot of... You get the picture. We're doing all the stuff in the things. Takes a hot minute. But you guys will start to appreciate the magnitude of this forest. I keep saying how it's not very large, and it's not. This is... I have no reference, actually, of how big this forest actually is. Though I do know that this island is not small, though it is not gigantic. It's neither the biggest build I've ever done, nor the smallest build I've ever done. So it's really hard to gauge for me just how big of an area this little forest is. But I think it will be really cool. My ideas for it are kind of marshy. So I want a lot of wheat growing around. I want a lot of rocks everywhere. Then when it gets to a thicker part of the forest, I am really going to mess up the ground. We're going to go for a lot of darker tones in that. I think that will help to differentiate some of the areas. And then I would also like to have a couple frog sanctuaries in here. 3 to be exact. 1 for each of the 3 colors of frogs. I think it would be really, really cool to somehow make an environment that they're not able to get out of, that we can also sit there and appreciate the frogs that we have. You know? You know what I'm saying? I think you do. I think it's working good, and I think this tree is looking real good as well. Let's continue, shall we? You freaking phantoms! Oh my god! We're under attack, but in slow freaking motion. We've been interrupted. We were simply trying to build our humble little tree. And when out of nowhere, these pesky little birds came and tried to whack me out of existence. I can't freaking believe it right now, let me tell you. These guys are assholes. I like to just show them every now and again, just to show and let everyone know of my hatred for them. They don't really do damage, they don't really cause any kind of pain, and they're not valuable in any meaning of the word. They are just a nuisance to make me stop freaking building all of my trees. What freaking bastards. Oh yeah. Last one, can we hit it? No, we can't, 'cause we're bad. just like that, another forest frenzy. Another thing that we're trying to get rid of completely and obliterate it from this neighboring island. I haven't decided yet, but I am mildly 100%, 90% sure that we are going to take down the freaking entirety of this island. We're going to get rid of every tree, every shrub, every bush, every bamboo. You name it, we're getting rid of it on this island. Why? I'm not entirely sure yet. I know that our island does need to extend a little bit onto here, and for that reason we are doing most of this. But the other reason is I need all of this wood to make my gigantic trees and to make my forest over there. So I've already taken down most of the large trees, and now is the tedious part where there is just a ton of freaking shopping to be done, bushes to be gotten rid of, pandas to escort back to our little humble abode over there. Lots of things to do. But it all starts with getting rid of this freaking forest. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of trees on this forest. And this forest is what separates us between getting to the desert and getting to the Badlands. I haven't completely decided yet, but I feel that I am going to take this direction, and the gate, I guess, will be over to this island first. I know I could build in any direction I choose, as per the rules, everything being connected. But I feel this is the best bang for the buck, best way of getting through and making something pretty over here. Now, I've already kind of started thinking about what I would do over here. And I'm kind of feeling like an ancient civilization of some kind. So right next to us, we obviously have the modern-ish or Tudor-style housing, I guess, is what you would call it if you had to define it as anything, even though it's kind of not that. But we are doing that because I think I can make the forest big enough so that it extends over to here, and then we can kind of hide things. So if we make the forest a little bit more dense than what we did over there, we can kind of hide structures. So you'll see it while you're passing through is the goal. But I do not want you to see it until you are directly right in front of it. So we'll have to make a large set of trees that completely house some of these structures and runes that I want to do over here. I think that'll be really cool. So you'll be able to walk up this hill, this mountain, or around this hill, mountain I haven't decided, or through it, either or. Have not decided on any of those things yet though. And I would like, as you're walking through it, to be able to see some of the structures that I have hidden in this forest. Sounds kind of cool to me because it is hidden but in plain sight. That allows us to use a lot of different stone variants and make something that's not completed, which if you have watched me at freaking all, you know that not completed things are the easiest thing for me to do by freaking far. So that is a very, very good thing. But we are kind of coming close to the end of the episode today. Many more trees will lose their lives in the pursuit of this forest makeover. We're making our own forest, so we're going to need to tear down a lot of forests as well. And I think we may try our hand at an actual jungle over here without jungle trees. I just feel the need that we can do it a lot better. They just cover everything in moss and leaves in the ground, and I think I can do a lot better of a job We may do that after it breaks out of the forest. We may transition into that. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, ciao.